Well, good afternoon, Mary. How are you doing today?
I'm wonderful. How about you, Jazz?
Doing good, doing good. It is great to see you. It's been a while since we've seen each other and talked.
It
Yeah,
has, and I've missed seeing you.
well, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being willing to do this interview. We are just so very excited. It is our 20th anniversary of the ICF chapter. Can you believe we've been around for 20 years?
No, that's awesome.
Yeah,
It's wonderful to know that an organization like this has sustained itself for that period of time.
absolutely. And you have been a critical part of that organization, this organization being what it is because you are one of our past presidents. And so just wanted to spend a little bit of time talking with you and asking a few questions. And really to be able to give all of our chapter members, we have new chapter members, we have some that have been with the chapter for a few years, give them a window into each of the past presidents, and hopefully from our conversation, we'll be able to get a few nuggets that they might be able to take with you. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Awesome, great.
Yeah,
Well, the
thank you.
first question that I would like to ask you is, and this is one of the typical questions when we learned, particularly when we were in coach training, what is your favorite coaching question?
Hmm. I think it's the next question for me. And oftentimes my favorite is a very open-ended statement that hopefully invites a client to think beyond just a regular type of question, and that is, well, tell me more about that time that made such an impact on you. Or would you be willing to expand on what you just told me? So it's very open-ended. They can take that in whatever the direction they want to take it. But I find that oftentimes that opens the door in a deeper way. At least for me, my style, as you know, is very conversational. I try to invite people into a conversation and leave it in that way. So my answer is two parts. It's the next question is my favorite question. And then that very open-ended kind of tell me more is a really useful tool for me.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much. And you have been a coach for a long period of time. You've also taught coaches on becoming coaches, becoming certified as coaches. And so how has coaching helped you in your own development and in living the life that you do today?
I think, Jazz, I think I've always been a good listener. I think I am a much more attuned listener as a result of coaching. I also have a counseling Ph.D. And so we're taught some of those skills in both arenas. But I think I listen at a different level, and coaching has allowed me to do that because it is different than counseling in the sense that you're really going along with the client's agenda and not bringing him or her into a space where you think they ought to explore, but it's more about their exploration. So I think deepening my listening, and that's affirmed by the feedback that I get. And so I always ask for feedback, as you know, and the feedback is that I listen well. So honing that skill through coaching in the ways that, in the years that I have, I think is one of the most important elements for me.
Great, awesome. And so if I can just do a quick follow-up to that question. So you have been a counselor and then you became a coach. And so what led you to shift to coaching?
So actually, I didn't shift. In my earlier career, I was the senior leader of 3 organizations. So I was in a role where I sure could have used a coach. And coaching was not a discipline at that time. And so, so I went back to school to get a degree in counseling, knowing that I was going to use it in a business way, in a business setting, and hopefully work with leaders like I had been to help them develop. And the coaching had started coming into its own. So after I finished the degree, I went on and got certified as a coach, and that was a better fit for me. I will do some therapy, and I think it's important. I like to maintain that credential, and I have a couple of therapy clients, but it's very different than coaching.
Yeah, great. Well, thank you for sharing that. And what haven't I asked you that you would want us to know about you?
The work that I did with ICF was critical, I think, in the sense that, and I don't mean as president, I mean the work before president, in the sense that I really got involved in the educational piece of the chapter. So before I was president, I was professional development, in the professional development role. And that role was really important to me, to get feedback from the chapter members on what they wanted to have as far as their continuing education, but also to be creative in that role and bring in some new kinds of ways that coaches could use the educational piece to enhance your skills. And so I really loved that role. I did it for 2 years, and I think it brought us to a different level at ICF Charlotte, which eventually created the Carolina Coaching Conference, which I started with a group of people, and which is now in the hands of ICF.
I remember that. Yes, that is true. Awesome. Well, Mary, thank you so very much for taking this time to talk with me. But even more important, thank you for all of the work that you've done to help the chapter become what it is. It's a very strong chapter, and we've done some great work over the years. And so it's just really been a pleasure and an honor to be able to talk with you as a past president, and again, to be able to share some of your experiences with our chapter members. So thank you again, and looking forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you for asking me. It's been fun to participate, and I hope to see everyone in the future in person.
Definitely, definitely. Great. Thank you, Mary.